pole, ladies and gentlemen, rider number 7 coming out of Graham, Washington, 3-time Daytona short track winner, Sammy Halbert. Starting in the number 2 starting spot from Eatonville, Washington, rider number 1, the Bullet, Brad Baker. In the 3rd starting spot from Coatesville, Pennsylvania, rider number 5, Jersey, Jake Johnson. In the 4th starting spot, 2-time Daytona short track winner from San Jose, California, 54, Mike Rush. In the 5th starting spot from Salinas, California, number 14, Briar Bauman. And the final rider on the front row from Mississauga, Ontario, Canada, number 73, Dougie Fresh, Doug Lawrence. Number 23, Jeffrey Carver, 26B, Lowell Carson. 17, Henry Wiles. 74G, Ronnie Jones. 16, Wyatt McGuire. 41 is Brad Hazel. And on row number 3, 88G, Kent Briggs. 13B, Alan Stay. And the 64C, Jerry Steele, rounds out your field. This is our first expert heat race, ladies and gentlemen. The top 4 will go directly to the main event. The top 2 will qualify for tonight's Dash for Cash. 3 single digits on the front row, 3 previous champions in our sport. Track's clear, we'll watch the trophy girl. Now we'll watch the lights. We're getting set for our first expert heat race. Here we go. And the light is green, they are off. Bauman from the outside gets the jump into the first turn. It is Briar Bauman. He'll lead them into turns 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway they goes the 14 and the 1. Here comes last year's champion. That is rider number 1, the Bullet. Brad Baker moves up to 2nd, and he's bringing with him the 54. That is Mikey Rush. Rush goes into the 3rd spot. Johnson trying to high line. He's back there in 4th. Johnson going around the outside of Mikey Rush to take over 3rd. Down the back straightaway it's the 14 and the 1. 14 is Bauman, 1 is Baker right there in 2nd. Look at the dogfight for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Here they come up at 2. I'm sorry, up at 4. Baker sitting in the number 2 spot. Sammy Halbert now in 3rd. 4th will be the number 5. That is Jake Johnson in 4th. Whoa, Mikey Rush hits a bump. Just about gets into Johnson. Your leader still the 14. Now new rider takes over the 2 spot. Here comes the Washington Riders doing battle for 2nd place. It is Halbert. Halbert takes over 2nd slide. Baker back to 3rd. Haven't been talking about the leader because he has checked out, ladies and gentlemen. Your leader is way out front, number 14. That is Briar Bauman, former Rookie of the Year, looking to make the direct transfer to the main event and to the Dash for Cash. Bauman now way out front, but Halbert sets his sights now on the leader. Baker's right there in the 3rd spot, number 1. Now he pulls the front wheel, loses some time down the back chute. Johnson says, I'll take that spot away, thank you very much. Baker's struggling. He slides back to 5th now. Mikey Rush puts his sights on the 4th place rider. 3rd, number 1 and 2, it's the 14 of Bauman. 2nd is Halbert. 3rd is Johnson right there on the number 5. Baker is in the 4th spot. Now Mikey Rush applying the pressure. He wants to make it directly out of the heat race. Down the front straightaway. Mikey Rush rubbing the wheel on last year's champion. Rush goes up the inside, takes over the 4th spot. Baker makes a mistake over there off of turn number 2. Now Doug Lawrence starts applying the pressure on the number 1 rider in the land. It is Bauman out front. 2nd is Halbert. 3rd is Johnson. 4th, Mikey Rush. 5th is Baker. 6th is Doug Lawrence. Wiles back in the 7th spot on the Kawasaki. Battle for the lead. Out front's getting a little bit tighter. Sammy Halbert setting the sights on the leader. 2 laps to go for Briar Bauman. Sammy Halbert in 2nd, closing up on her leader. Jake Johnson right there in the 3rd spot. Mikey Rush is now up to 4th. Settled in. The top 4 kind of settled down just a little bit. Down the back straightaway, into 3 they go. White flag's gonna fly this time for the big number 14. That is Briar Bauman. Halbert in the 2 spot. Johnson in 3rd. Mikey Rush in 4th. Baker, Lawrence, your top 6. Last lap around the Daytona Flat Track. Last lap, here they come. Your winner's the 14, that is Bauman. Briar Bauman taking the win. And we'll go through the run. So remember the top 2 going to the Dash for Cash. That'll be Briar Bauman on the 14 and the 7, Sammy Halbert. 3rd spot and 4th spot also make the main event. That is the 5 of Jake Johnson, the 54 of Mikey Rush. Those are your transfers Brad Baker will be 5th, 6th to Doug Lawrence, 7th to Henry Wiles, 8th Wyatt McGuire, 9th to the 23 of Carver. Behind Carver was the 41 of Hazel, Lowell Carson 11th, Jerry Steele 12th, Ronnie Jones 13th, Alan Stay 14th, and Kent Brink 16th. And now we'll go to a very happy young man, ladies and gentlemen, on the victory podium. That is Briar Bauman. He is with my partner, Barry Boone.
Yes, he is. Daytona 2013, maybe not to his liking, but he's got 2014 off to a good start. Briar, tell us about your race.
Man, I just wanted to focus on getting a good start. You know, it's everything here. And I was lucky enough to get a good jump, you know, jumped out there and wasn't sure what was going to happen. Was trying to set a good pace and was actually waiting to get blown off the track by someone. I felt like I was holding the train up, but I got to look back at the checker and saw I had a little space. So, man, I'm just happy to be in the main event. You never know what's going to happen in Daytona. I really can't thank Rod Lake Racing, Specialty Fabrication Incorporated, Redline Oil, Drew Monster Transportation, my buddy Jeff at Arai Helmets, and huge thanks to Jimmy Wood at Race Tech Suspension, man. We didn't get to do any testing this year because I was helping out my girlfriend Shannon working on her bikes, but he put me in a good spot for that heat race, and I can't thank him enough, especially my dad, too, for flying all the way down here and helping me out.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise and keep an eye out for number 14 in the main. Briar Bauman is on the front row.
From Flint, Michigan, it is Flying Brian Smith, number 42. In the number 2 starting spot from Oxford, Pennsylvania, the big number 44, last year's Daytona Short Track winner, Brandon Robinson. In the middle of row number 1 from Morris, Connecticut, number 2, Kenny Coolbeth Jr. From Westerlo, New York, number 20, that is Matt Weidman. From Selkirk, New York, the brand new rider, number 13, that is Jake Constantine. From Glenmore, Pennsylvania, last rider on row number 1, number 55, that is Jake Shoemaker. In row number 2, number 9, Jared Meese. 80, Stevie Bonzi. 31, Dan Ingram. 35, Will Cato. 94K, Jake Cunningham. 96B, Cody Johncox. And on row number 3, we got 51Z, Sean Raggio. 43P, Darren Carter, and the 11C, that is Shane Fox. That is your starting lineup. Expert heat race number 2, top 2 to the Dash for Cash, top 4 will all go to the main event here in this one. Watch the lights, the green light is on already, it's in a hurry. Smith up the inside, whoa, the 13 Constantine went all kinds of sideways off the start. He's way back to the tail end of the field. Off of 2 down the backside, new leader. It is Flying Brian Smith goes up the inside. Coolbeth dives in deep into turn number 3. He gets his Honda slow down. He's on the Zanatti Racing Honda, brings him off of 4 down the front straightaway. It is Smith, Coolbeth, Robinson, and Shoemaker, last year's Rookie of the Year. Shoemaker, now Meese dives in. He passes 2 guys. He goes up to 5th. Now here comes Smith up the inside looking for the lead. Uh-oh. Stacking them up deep over here. Here they come. We got a couple riders down. Coolbeth is out front on the number 2. And there is the red flag. I can hear the crowd over the engines, ladies and gentlemen, down the back straightaway, as now the red flag comes out. I can hear you guys over the motors, actually, ladies and gentlemen. You guys are making a lot of noise here at the Daytona Flat Track. Coolbeth had been at the point. Hey, there you go. You can make some noise. 80 is the rider that is down. That is Stevie Bonzi. Looks like he's back up and on his feet. They'll circle back around. It was a pretty good race so far. I don't know if anybody saw that, but Meese dove in deep over here into turns number 3 and 4. Actually 1 and 2 and passed about 2 people on that last lap. Barry? I'm sorry, I thought you were ready to go. Barry?
Down in this area, Stevie Bonzi's looking good to go. He's back on the machine. It's fired up. No worse for the wear here for Stevie Bonzi. The Californian looks to be set to restart here, Scotty.
All right, that's good news. There he is right now on the front straightaway on that number 80. That's a Zanatti Racing entry. So 80 will go to the penalty line. They'll stage him up one more time. Comes up to the inside. 42, that's the big number 42, Flying Brian Smith. There's the 44, last year's winner, Brandon Robinson in the 2 spot on the front row. Kenny Coolbeth making the change over to the Zanatti Racing Hondas. That was his teammate on the 80 that went down. 20, Matt Weidman. 13, this is the best break for him. 13 is Constantine. Constantine is in the 5th starting spot. And I'm listening on the radio, the 13 is making a change to the backup motorcycle, so he will go back to the penalty row. So 13 did switch motorcycles. That is allowed because there's no laps completed, but he will go back to row number 4. He'll be back there with Bonzi. Outside row number 1, we met him earlier in opening ceremonies. Last year's Saddleman Seats and Saddlebags Rookie of the Year, the 55, Jake Shoemaker. Keep your eyes on the row number 2. The number 9, Jared Meese, was making some moves early on. 31, used to be national number 31. He's got it back. That is Dan Ingram, Claremont, Indiana rider. He took about a 20-year break off of AMA flat track competition. He's back up there. He's got the twist grip leathers on right there in row number 2. I'm talking about 31, Dan Ingram. 35, Will Cato. 94, Case Cunningham. 96 back there in row number 2. That is Cody Johncox. Here we go. Heat race number 2. First yellow, second yellow. They are green. That one went in a hurry. It's Coolbeth getting a hole shot. Kenny Coolbeth will lead him into 1. He's got Weidman right there up the inside. Here comes Brian Smith. 3 Honda's going to break away. Now we got Robinson right there in the 4 spot. Down the backside they go, side by side for the lead. Weidman diving in deep. Coolbeth takes the high line, bringing him off of 4. Here comes Matt Weidman on the 20. Coolbeth will be in charge of leading that one, but he's got a lot of company coming. It is Coolbeth. Now Weidman has the bottom of the track figured out down there in turn number 2. He goes down the backside. The jammer, Jared Meese, is in 5th, and he's looking for some more. Meese goes around the outside. He's up there by the airbags. Meese using every inch of the real estate. It is Weidman, Coolbeth, Brian Smith, Brandon Robinson. And there is the jammer, Jared Meese, on the number 9 in the 5th spot, trying to get some more. Robinson gets a little bit sideways up for turn number 2, loses a little bit of ground. The door was open, but he could not make the pass. Here comes your leader off of 4. It's 20 of Weidman, 2 of Coolbeth, 42 of Smith, 44 of Robinson. Those riders are in the transfer spot right now. The odd man out, that is the number 9, the jammer, Jared Meese, trying to come through. Weidman out front. He's got a 0.2 second lead, but that's changing in a hurry. Coolbeth tries the high line once again down here in 3 and 4. Coolbeth is on the prowl. Smith is right there in 3rd on the 42. 44 is Robinson. 9 is Meese. Off a 2 down the back chute. Weidman pulls the front wheel just a little bit on that number 20 bike. New York rider out front of the Connecticut rider, 1 and 2. Bringing them off of 4. Grand National experts on the racetrack. Halfway flags are in the air. Halfway through heat race number 2, the Grand National experts.
Scotty Kenny Coolbeth is having a brilliant ride back in the 2 spot. He's working it like a surgeon out there on the high groove, and he's got flying Brian Smith making a move on the inside.
Weidman takes a look over his shoulder. He wants to know who's there behind him and what's happening. So Weidman, looks like the top 3 all hit the same bump going into 1. It is Weidman, Coolbeth, Smith, and Robinson. You can see how hard they're trying to get up there into that top 2 spots. They all want to make that dash for cash and get some extra points. Now it looks like Smith makes a bubble. Robinson tries to go around the outside right here off of 4. 3 Hondas, Kawasaki, and a Honda, top 5. Down the back straightaway, it's Weidman and Coolbeth. The 20 and the 2 doing battle for the lead. Look at them, 3 wide for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Meese goes from 5th to 3rd, ladies and gentlemen. Smith's getting tired. He goes up there inside. He takes the 4th spot back. That's last year's winner. Right now he's not in a transfer. Now he takes over the 4th spot one more time. Next time by, they'll pick up the white flag. White flag will be flying. Here's the number 20, Matt Weidman. Coolbeth takes a look over his shoulder. Robinson slips a little wide over here in turn number 4. It is Weidman, Coolbeth, your top 2. Meese, Robinson, Smith. Watch that final corner. We only have room for the top 4, ladies and gentlemen. Here they come. Bringing them off of 4. Here's your leaders coming to the checkered flag. 1 rider down. And they bring him to the checkered flag, ladies and gentlemen. Checkered flag is out. Your winner, Matt Weidman on the Honda. 2nd place, number 2, Kenny Coolbeth Jr. The jammer, Jared Meese on the 9. And last year's winner right here is Brandon Robinson. Those are some of your top 4 transfers. 5th spot will be the 55 Shoemaker as Brian Smith laid it down in the last corner. 6th will be Bonzi from the back row. Ladies and gentlemen, up to 6. Jake Constantine 7th. Dan Ingram 8th. Will Cato 9th. Cody Johncox 10th. Jake Cunningham in the 11th spot. Sean Raggio, Darren Carter, Shane Fox, and Brian Smith actually scored with 15th as he fell over there in the last corner. Let's go to the victory podium with a previous Daytona Flat Track winner, Matt Weidman.
National number 20 from Westerlo, New York, Matt Weidman pulls the showy skid lid off. You had a tough battle. Coolbeth was working you high and low on every lap.
Yeah, I kind of heard him behind me on both the inside and the outside. I really think I found a good line the last 2 laps.
I really just kind of tried to concentrate on him going forward and not really racing behind me, and I think it worked out pretty well the last couple laps.
How's the racetrack?
The racetrack's actually awesome. There's a couple good bumps coming off of forward, give it some character and everything, and it's going to make for some great racing tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, Westerlo, New York, national number 20, Matt Weidman, your winner. Let's roll your starting lineup for Expert Heat Race number 3.
The final qualifying heat race of the night, ladies and gentlemen, on the pole from Fremont, California, the California Kid, number 49, Chad Coase. In the number 2 starting spot, national number 71 from Coatesville, Pennsylvania, 71 is Don Mullen. In the 3rd starting spot from Ventura, California, 98, Cale Kochman. In the 4th starting spot, the leader of the FBI, the Fast Boys from Illinois, number 27, Robbie Pearson. In the 5th starting spot from Salinas, California, 69, Jethro Halbert. And making his way back to flat track racing on a part-time basis from West Bend, Wisconsin, number 33, J.R. Schnabel. On row number 2, 25A, brand new expert rider Shayna Texter. Right beside her is her older brother, number 65. That is Corey Texter. 93X from Michigan, Danny Kelch. 21U, Jay Maloney. The 90, Joe Hartridge. 42K, Clint Erickson. And all the way back there on row number 3, 74P, that is Chaz Landers. And national number 21, that is Duke Erickson. That is your starting lineup, ladies and gentlemen. Our final heat race of the night. Grand National Experts. 1st and 2nd to the dash for cash. 1, 2, 3, and 4 to the main event. Here we go. Final heat race of the night. Daytona Flat Track 2014. And they are green. Here we go. Coase up the inside. He'll lead him into turn number 1. From the outside is the 98. Don Mullen sneaks a peek up the inside. It is Coase off of 2. Cal Kochman right there in 3rd. Now 2nd. Here comes Robbie Pearson on the Honda. He takes over the 3rd spot. One rider down by himself. He goes up to the air fence. Off of turn number 4. Here they come back this way. The down rider picks himself up. And we're going green. We are still green, ladies and gentlemen. Coase will lead him off of turn number 2 down the backside. Robbie Pearson now in 2nd. Back to 3rd is the 98. That is Cale Kochman. 71 of Don Mullen in the 4th spot. Top 4 to the main event, expert heat race. It is the California Kid out front. 49 on the number plate. It is Coase, Robbie Pearson, Cale Kochman. And now in 4th spot is the 69 of Jethro Halbert. He's in the 4th and final transfer. Jethro Halbert has made his way up to the top 4 spots. Battle's getting tight for 2nd. California Kid out front on the 49 bike. 2nd is the 27 of Pearson. 3rd is Kochman. 4th is Halbert. 5th is Mullen. 6th is the 21U. I believe that is Jay Maloney back there in 6th. 7th, J.R. Schnabel. 8th, Shayna Texter. 9th is Corey Texter. Danny Kelch. Chaz Landers. Erickson. Both the Erickson brothers back there. And Joe Hartridge was the rider that went down. He's up and okay. Last qualifying heat race of the night. We're going to take a short intermission after this one. I got some paperwork for you, partner. Off of 4 is your leader, Chad Coase. Got about 5 or 6 bike links now on the 2nd spot. That is 27, Bugs Pearson. Kochman's got company coming right there in the 3rd spot. Jethro Halbert is in the 4th spot. Don Mullen slipped a little bit back. The 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place battle is the best one on the track right now. Kochman looking for a way around. He's tired of following Bugs. It is Coase out front. Bugs Pearson in the 2 spot. 3rd is Kochman. Here comes Jethro Halbert on the 69 Yamaha.
Scotty, Chad Coase was good right out of the truck early. First practice out of the box, he was good. He looks excellent right now.
No surprise, he's been training all winter long. He's actually had some help with Mikey Rush. You got Jimmy Wood out there turning the suspension, and he is hungry. He's looking for a win. We've talked about him for numerous years. He hasn't quite lived up to his potential. It might be his night here at Daytona Flat Track 2014. 2 laps to go for your leader. Chad Coase on the 49. Robbie Pearson on the 27. 98 is Kochman right there in the 3rd spot. 4th is Jethro. 5th is Don Mullen. Then we drop a little ways back to the 21U of Minor. Shayna Texter. Corey Texter's right there. White flag's gonna fly this time by. Here's your leader, Chad Coase. Robbie Pearson, Cal Kochman, and Jethro Halbert, top 4 if they can finish it up. Now, Corey Texter makes a move on his sister. He takes over that spot. He doesn't want to hear about that over dinner tomorrow night. Down the back straightaway, here comes your leader looking for a win in the heat race and a direct transfer. It's that California kid, Chad Coast. Nice fist bump across the finish line. He is happy. We'll go through the rundown in just a second when the last bike crosses. Your winner, ladies and gentlemen, the California kid, rider number 49, Chad Coast, takes the win. Second, Robbie Pearson. Those two go to the Dash for Cash. Third, Cal Kochman on the 98. Fourth is Jethro Halbert. Those are your transfers, number 69. Fifth is Don Mullen. Sixth, Jay Maloney. Seventh, Corey Texter. Eighth, Shayna Texter. Ninth, J.R. Schnabel. 10th, 93X Danny Kelch. The 74P Chaz Landers. 11th, Duke Erickson, Clint Erickson, and Joe Hartrich. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to the California kid up there on the podium. And my partner, Barry Boone.
Thank you, Scotty Dubler. This young man has been coming up through the ranks now. Chad Coast out of Fremont, California. We've said for a long time he's going to reach his potential someday, and he's looking strong here tonight at Daytona Flat Track. Congratulations on a big win, front row of the main, and you're in the Dash for Cash, Chad.
Yeah, you know, it feels great. Like you said, it's a long time coming, and just got with the right people, and I feel really comfortable, and, you know, I got a lot of confidence, and I just can't be happier with who I'm with, and can't thank everybody enough. ERT Racing, Tom Englehart, everybody on my side, Rod Lake, Nick Nazizi, Bell Helmets, everybody out there, my girlfriend. Just really excited. Can't wait to go 25 laps and see what we got.
Obviously, tonight the racetrack is suiting your setup on the bike. Tell us about the racetrack.
Yeah, you know, it's a little one-line notch, and it's got some ruts, so that should separate some people. And Race Tech suspension got this thing dialed in pretty good, and you know, I'm just really excited to be up here, and can't wait for the main event.
Hey, Daytona Flat Track, he's earned your respect and he's earned your applause. Let's give it to him. From Fremont, California, Chad Coase.